What's something you did during sex that was so stupid you still facepalm about it today? First time I saw a penis, I was like, wow, so that's it. I meant like, wow, it's actually there. Here it is. But he understood it like it wasn't big or something, lol. Like, where's the rest of it? In college, my girlfriend was riding me in my dark bedroom me summer night. She was vigorously gyrating that I could feel her sweat dripping on me. Afterward we kissed and cuddled. When we turned on the light we discovered she had a bloody nose and her blood was all over my neck and chest. May I ask, what happened to make her nose bleed? Or was she one of those that nose bleed easily? She used to get them occasionally. It's weird because I can count on one hand the number of bloody noses I've had in my life. Some people are just prone to it, I suppose. 5. Fuke my ex. I haven't noticed it until after some minutes. She says, I don't know what you're doing, but can you put it inside? I kinda like thigh ducking though cause it rubs the clit very lightly. My husband accidentally did the same thing, and I told him to keep it there for a while, lol. See, this is the perfect comment to illustrate how sex is different for everyone. And if you think you know how to have sex, you're probably doing it wrong. Every two partners are different. You have to get to learn what works for your new partner, and it could be completely different than what worked for you and your previous partner or partners. Get to definitely close bracket. This was a bit of misunderstanding, but when my boyfriend and I first got together, I was going to give him a blowjob, so I took the gum out of my mouth and I thought I put it in the trash bin. I did not. After we finished I went to the bathroom and saw gum all over my hair. I guess it was still on my hand when I put my hair up with a hair tie. So I said, man, this takes me back to my childhood, referring to the gum stuck in my hair. When I walked back into his room, his face had changed from happiness to complete concern. After a pause he finally says he was so sorry and that we didn't have to do that again. He hadn't seen the gum in my hair. He thought I was talking about a childhood filled with blowjobs. Once we figured out the mix-up, he was still a bit shaken by my childhood. I haven't been ducked like that since grade school. Marla. Fight Club. The story behind how that line even got into the movie is just very hilarious. What? Do we have to beg for the ducking story? Someone else on here posted the story in more detail, but the short of it is, the original line had Marla saying to Tyler, I wanna have your abortion, but the president of production for Fox 2000 Pictures demanded it be changed. David Fincher agreed on one condition, that they put it on legal writing, that whatever he changed it to would not be allowed to be changed and would be put in the final cut. They agreed and then he changed the line to I haven't been ducked like that since grade school, which pissed the president off even more and demanded that line be changed because it was even worse. But hands were legally tied because of the deal they made with Fincher that his new line won't be cut. The new line is so much better amount. One girl I was with in high school was on top and I had to fart real bad. I wasn't sure what to do, so I just tried to hold it in. She started to get more into it and picked up the pace, which caused a series of tiny rhythmic farts every time she came down. It sounded like a machine gun. She stopped and asked if I farted, and I blamed the squeaky bed. She knew. I don't know if I've ever laughed so hard at something on Reddit. I had sex with a deaf chick, and I was moaning really loud, but she couldn't hear it, so I gave her a thumbs up for half of it. It became an inside joke. This is kinda sweet though, lol. I asked my boyfriend to talk dirty to me. In the middle of sex he starts saying in my ear, duck you, exclamation mark. I let it happen, and afterwards burst out laughing, telling him to never do that again. Fuck you, apostrophe. Fuck me yourself, you coward, apostrophe. I am, apostrophe. Are you ducking sorry, exclamation mark. My husband was trying to talk dirty to me and finished a sentence calling me a silly goose. Sex was postponed for a good 15 minutes while I laughed my ass off, calling me a silly goose. I'm gonna make you honk so hard. An old girlfriend of mine said she wanted to be slapped while we were going at it. After 100% ensuring she really wanted to be slapped, I slapped her. I missed her cheek and smacked her right in the nose. She yelled, "Ow." duck, but thankfully didn't hold it against me. The classic guys don't know how to slap during sex. They either do it too lightly or knock the sonic rings out of your ass. Holds true. Thank God there's been no accidental nose hits over here. Though. LMAO. At least she took it like a champ. Knock the sonic rings out of your ass is possibly the best phrase of all time. He said arch your back while we were doing it doggy style and I arched it the wrong way up and he had to say no the other way. Edit. Thanks for all the awards. Glad my suffering and his probably can bring you all joy. OMG. Scared cat pose. Him dying. I read this to BF and he called it the dog taking a dump pose and I cannot stop my mad cackling. Getting my wife's bra off. Too many damn straps and crap. I muttered Rubik's boob and we started laughing so hard we killed the moment. Having sex while standing, holding GF face to face, and supporting her off the ground with my arms under her legs. Yeah. You have to have some strength to do this. So she's all into this new position. And my arms are getting tired. So I have the idea to walk forward and put her back against the wall. Except it was the patio sliding glass door. In January, which was freezing cold. Bare GF back against a cold piece of glass. Nope. That definitely broke the mood. That ended better than I thought it would. The first time he went down on me, he had a slight cold, and I was super nervous. So he's going at it. Right up in there, and my brain decided to ask him how's your nose? He just looked up at me, shook his head, and kept going. Thankfully, LMAO. Reminds me of the first time I went down on a guy. I had told him it was my first time trying it, and him going at it just fine for a couple of minutes, then randomly pull back, look up at him, and say I just don't want you to be bored. I've never seen such a bitch. Are you serious? Look in my entire life. It still makes me laugh to think about. My boyfriend gave me that same look my first time when I stopped to ask if I was doing okay. My girlfriend a while ago liked to do the ice cube cup of tea blowjob trick. One night we didn't have any ice cubes, only a bag of frozen peas. She went down on me with a mouthful, and it turns out that peas in the mouth defrost really fast. After about 20 secs she choked and coughed blowjob mushy peas all over me and my new sheets. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Tell me more about this ice cube cup of tea trick. The ice cube / cup of tea trick is to do with temperature play. You go down on your partner, come up to drink the cold / hot beverage, and then go back down. The change of temperatures makes your body feel more intense and it's apparently really fun. The first time I tried to kiss a guy, I closed my eyes, went forward with my mouth open, and bit his chin. My first time I tried to kiss a girl we both missed too, and kissed each other on the cheek. Then there was the longest 10 seconds as we looked at each other. My boyfriend at the time was trying to take my tight jeans off and struggling mightily to get them over my hips. I lifted my hips up to assist with the process and the jeans came off quickly and he flew backwards and hit his head on the wall. It was absolutely hilarious and I laughed. He did not find it equally funny and sexy times were put off so he could nurse his head injury and his pride. On my honeymoon, my now ex-husband and I decided to get drunk, eat snacks and watch Cloudy with a chance of meatballs. While doing so, we started fooling around and trailed off to the bedroom to finish what we started. While I started going down on him, I noticed he was squirming and saw him wincing. When I looked up, I asked him what was the matter, to which he replied it burns. And it was only then I realized I had just been snacking on extra flaming hot Cheetos right before. After rushing to get a wet cloth and repeatedly apologizing, I couldn't stop laughing at the fact that I just gave my new husband a flamin' hot blowjob. A girl invited me over to her house to watch the Wonder Woman movie. While we're watching it, she starts kissing on me and teasing me. I said, what about the movie? She says to me, come on to the bedroom, it'll be better than the movie. And while we're going at it, she says, see, isn't this better than the movie? And before I could catch myself, I said, I don't know, I haven't seen the rest of the movie. Bro, I have tears, I can feel your disappointment. She, who's very insecure, queefs very loud, and leans forward, looks back at me, lip shaking like she's going to cry. I'm not grossed out or anything, but I do kinda feel bad for her. I seize this opportunity to let out a fart that I'd been holding in, and followed up with "It's okay. I do it too sometimes." It was unsuccessful. She just started bawling. What the duck, bro? That was the perfect save too. When I came, my upper body froze up, and I drooled on her face. I felt the spit making its way out, and I couldn't move my arms or body. This happened twice with the same girl. I was ducking my girlfriend recently, and drooled on her face. Luckily in the moment she thought I was sweating, and she thought it was hot. Was not impressed afterwards. Lol. Sex was so good I experienced temporary paralysis. We're married now, so it must have been good for her, even though I drooled in her eye. Not me, but my girlfriend and I were in the middle of sexy times, and we had been wanting to get more comfortable with dirty talk, and after a little bit of back and forth she said, "How bad do you want this dick? I mean, pussy." We just laughed it off, but she still gets embarrassed thinking about it to this day. I've gotten "Oh yeah, put your tits between my cock before mayo." My very first time with a gal who was out of my league. We stripped off our clothes and were making out, and both of us totally naked. I said, "So, what next? Do I ask for a blowjob?" She laughed it off and said, "Let me take the lead on this one. I miss her. I miss her too. Yeah, I do too. Let's miss her together." Unzips.